Okay folks, here we are. We're bee wrangling here on the Sunday before Memorial Day. Was it like May 28th or something like that?
May 30th.
May 30th. Swarm trap we'd put out in Jasper Talking Rock on a buddy of mine's property. And got a text from him today after church that the beehive, the bee trap was on the ground and there's bees all over it. And there it is. Sure enough, it's on the ground. It was mounted to the side of one of these trees right here. And we had a pretty good storm come through Friday night down around the house. So up on top of this hill, this mountain, it was probably a little bit rougher. But so we come up here to get them. That thing's pretty heavy. I don't know how long they've been in there. He wasn't checking them on a regular basis, which that's fine. I didn't expect him to, but so I'm trying to get them to go in that metal disc entrance. It was on its side when he got over here, and these briars and stuff was in front of it, and I got those briars out of the way, and they went in. There was a lot of them on the front of it. They've already, a bunch of them went in. About 8:15, I guess, in the evening, and up in these woods, it's pretty dark already. So I'm thinking we give them a couple of 10 minutes. We'll get all of them in there, and I can spin that disc around and haul these bad boogers to the truck and be done with it. So I was smart enough to bring my smoker this time on a swarm catch, and I'm just putting enough smoke in the air to try to encourage them to go in. Seems to be working. So, but Don, I discovered what happened with your installation. It broke. Sucker sheared right off. And it's pretty heavy. These bees may have been in there long enough. There may be a bunch of honey in there. I don't know. It's pretty heavy. I found a piece of concrete to kind of prop it up on to encourage them to work their way on into the inside. So, and as you can see, I'm decked out in my beekeeping best. I don't really feel like getting stung today. Of course, I did forget my gloves. You know, hey, what can I say?
But your wife remembered hers.
Yeah, but my big fat husband hands don't go on your little lady hand gloves real good. I do have a pair of leather gloves in the truck, so we're not that completely messed up. Of course, we're up here in the mountains. I'm looking for rattlesnakes, you know, all that good stuff. Beautiful place up here, nice and quiet. So, but yeah, the way that box feels, it's pretty heavy. And I'm pretty sure I got string wire on the inside of those holes. I brought duct tape with me though, just in case. Y'all go on in. So yeah, this is hopefully this should be the last swarm retrieval bee wrangling experience for us this year. Better be. I'm out of equipment. At one time, I was going to come up here and get this hive just to have some equipment. Matter of fact, me and my buddy Don was going to do that yesterday after I got off of work.
Friday.
No, I'm sorry, Friday. And I had one of those days at work, and I told him, I said, let's not worry about it. And probably a good thing, because we wouldn't have come prepared to get a swarm like this. Y'all go on in. They're doing what they're supposed to do, folks. So anyway, so we'll be loading these girls up here shortly and heading back towards the house, the homestead. So we'll probably come back with some more video once we get the disc shut off, and then when I get them loaded in the back of the truck. So I'll see y'all then. Okay, swarm trap in the back of the old Chevrolet. There's been bees in that thing for a while. It probably weighs a good 35, 40 pounds. It's heavy. It's probably honey bound, and there's probably wax. I mean, there's probably crazy comb, wonky comb drawn all through it. So I tell you what though, that little disc right there worked like a charm.
Well, your head's in the way.
So all right, we're gonna get this little load secured and head for the house. First thing I must do is extinguish my smoker. Wad up some paper like this, and then screw it down in it, and then lay it on its side. Because we're going to be hitting highway speeds going home. The elusive, self-losing hive tool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I got my load, what do you call it thing? Load securer, I guess you call it. I'm gonna shut my tailgate, push that thing up against the, kind of push over here to the corner, set my load master in there, kind of cattywampus, and it'd ride all the way to California.
Okay, well, short people. There you go.
All right, there we go. I think she'll ride. So, Eubanks Family Homestead, or hobby homestead and hobby beekeeping, the way of life. Free bees, free bees. So, there we go. Okay folks, here we are, Memorial Day Monday. Our last swarm trap. This swarm trap was placed about a good 35 miles from the house. And I thought I had an individual on check on it, and he checked on it a few times. But then Sunday, he texted me and said, hey, that swarm trap's off the tree. Have you done anything to it? I said, no. Well, come find out. It had failed. And when we got up there, we found out why. It's full of bees and honey. I can only imagine what the inside of the hive is going to look like. It's probably got cross comb and everything else. And apparently there's a pretty healthy ant colony in it too. So note to self, never put a swarm trap somewhere where you can't check it at least weekly. So we're going to try to get into it here and see what we got. We've never dealt with these bees, so we don't know what the temperament of them. So I would estimate it weighed between 30 and 40 pounds. And I know there's not that many bees in there. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a good number of bees in it. But not that many. Yeah, them ants is all over the place too. And they're hauling ant eggs out. So I know it was there yesterday evening when we picked it up. So it's not something that's just taken place since this morning. Now I know they need more space. So I brought a medium with shallow frame. That's all I got. Will they draw it out? We'll find out. So this is the, this is gonna be fun here, I'm afraid. Put a little smoke in there, let them know I'm knocking on the door. Oh wow. That's not near what I was expecting to find. I mean, what I was afraid I was gonna find. I don't see our queen on the lid here. But I am getting ants on me. And those ants can be almost as fun as honeybees. Okay, so I see some dead bees. I'm sure from where the shock of the fall, because they were up in a tree about 8 foot. There's one with pollen on its leg, so that's a good sign. Let me see if I can pull.
Maybe that was the one that was in our squash plant.
May have been. Christy got video of a bee pollinating her squash, one of her squash plants today.
Oh boy, I can see what's coming out of that. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah, Kevin, they were in there more than a day or two. Okay, so yeah, we got a mess here, folks. I know that. So, you know, what do you do in a situation like this? Put it back together, let the bees recoup. Now, I'm pretty sure these frames here are deeps. I can't remember how I put the trap together, but I'm positive these 3 here are shallows, and the ones on the ends here are deeps. And the way the bees are collected over here, I'm gonna say this is the brood chamber. This is where they're storing their honey. So I don't particularly want to dig all through this thing, because just like that when I pulled out, there was damage to the frames from the fall. But I bet you over in here where our queen is, I'm sure that was a very secure place for her to be. So far they're acting like nice bees.
Yeah, so far so good.
No, that was a medium frame that they have added on to the bottom.
Wow.
Folks, I had run out of stuff, and I was just making a swarm trap up. That's what it looks like this. But looks like we got a decent laying queen. I mean, I think I should just add some more room on here for them and leave them alone, because they've been traumatized pretty good. But right there is what happened. That screw just sheared off with the weight of this hive. So I mean they're acting good. So I think I'm just gonna add this little super on here. Because we got a lot of bees on the outside of the hive. Okay, so we've added some space on here because we have such bearding on the front of the hive. And this trap was set in the wood, so these bees aren't exactly accustomed to daylight, a lot of sunlight on their hive, so it's gonna warm up pretty good. But it's got vent holes in it, just like the trap itself did. And like I said, my little top board here has got a darn ants bed in it. Of course, this is a cheesy. I mean, this is a trap. It wasn't meant to be a full-time home, but we're gonna have to do what we got to do this time around. So there's that. And I have the entrance open to the round hole. So it is what it is. So there it is, folks. Swarm number 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Of not our bees.
Right.
Now we've caught more swarms, but some of them
That's
were our
not
own
5?
bees. Huh?
That's not 5?
I don't know. Diana's. This one. This one. The one out there on the end, ballpark.
So that's 4.
That's 4, yeah.
That were not ours.
Yeah, that were not ours. They're now ours, but they weren't earlier.
Yeah, we did have our own bee swarm, but we don't want to count those.
Yeah, we don't want to stack the best.
We're going to call this one the Chief Swarm with Queen Marla. Jeff?
Yes. No, I'm just doing something. I'm sorry. So there you have it, folks. That's the last swarm this year, I promise. I actually gave one away last Sunday that landed in that tree. So anyway, like, subscribe, share, push that notification bell. Eubanks Family Homestead. We're hobby homesteading and hobby beekeeping and hobby bee wrangling, hobby bee equipment building. It's all just a way of life here on the homestead. Bye-bye.